Topic of conversation: how to become a bookie. At least how I did. And hey, start calling yourself a bookmaker. There's a difference, but that's for another day. All right, I was in my 30s, working in education. I had a shiny new MBA and about 40K in student loan debt. And at the end of 2018, I left where I was working to pursue other opportunities. I'd float on gig jobs until something more permanent presented itself. Now, little did I know that my real coursework was about to begin. And what I was doing, I just so happened to associate with bookmakers. I never gambled in the past, I never had a love or a taste for it. Plus, it helped that I was terrible at gambling, but I did have a nose for business, I was organized, and I was always good with people. One of them recommended I go to work for him as an agent. He'd show me the ropes, we'd make money. Perfect. A gig job. But what the hell's an agent? An agent is an extension of a bookmaker. Most of their primary duties overlap. As an agent, I was responsible for building my own player base, and I earned based on a percentage of losses. I was offered a 40-60 split with a 100% red figure. I accepted. So what the hell's a red figure? Say all of my players, put this in air quotes, my sheet, loses a combined $1,000 on the week. I collect, keeping 400, send 600 to the book. Now say the following week, my sheet wins a combined $1,000. The book, the guy I worked for, he gives me $1,000 to send to my players, and I now carry a $1,000 red figure. The next week, my players lose a combined $2,000. $1,000 goes directly to the book. They recoup their losses. I'm out of the red. And then the profit sharing continues on the remaining 1,000. 400 in my pocket, 600 to the book. Rinse, recycle, repeat. No money comes directly out of an agent's pocket with this structure. This is the advantage of being an agent. Now, there are three primary reasons why an agent becomes an agent instead of booking from the start. One, they don't have a bankroll. I didn't. I had $40,000 in NBA debt. This is the most common thing, lack of bankroll. Two, they know nothing about the industry. This was also very true for me. Three, they don't like the stress or the risk. I know an agent that's been an agent for 10 years. He just got hit for 15K, not a cent came out of his pocket. He enjoys the peace of mind and is damn good at what he does. This is what he does on the side. This is almost a hobby for him. Okay, so I'm an agent now. Congratulations to me. What do I do next? Acquisitions. Go find players. And once I made the decision in my head that this is what I'm doing, I went all in. I tapped my friends circle. I talked to everybody. I stated what I was doing, and if they gambled on sports, they needed to gamble with me. Now, this is a tip. I tried to be coy about it at first. I tried asking for the business in a roundabout way. Don't. Be direct. Let them know your intent. It's more respectful to people's time. Plus, you're asking to be trusted with money. Be direct. I promise it's the best route. It was late 2018 at the time. Now, the stigma of gambling, it wasn't strong, especially with the federal Supreme Court overturning the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act of 1992 that May, effectively making it legal for states to, just kind of figure it out when it came to gambling on sports. They're still doing it to this day. Okay, back to the friend circle. I talked to everyone. I got back on Facebook, I fired up an Instagram account, I started direct messaging guys I hadn't talked to in years. I talked to everyone. And that's how I got my first 5 players. And if you're solid, if you deliver good customer service, and most importantly, if you pay guys on time, your players will start bringing you players. Your client list will grow based on referral. Referrals are king in our industry. I was the solution to their problem. I was a solid guy that paid on time. And always make sure and incentivize your players when they bring you new players, either with free play or a percentage back on losses. And don't get cheap. Make them feel appreciated. Some of your players will be connectors, which is almost like a super referral generator. They'll bring you 10 to 20 guys. They'll tap their friend circle. Take care of these players. They're extremely valuable and they will help you grow exponentially. Now, I needed even more growth. I thought it was a good idea to create a presence on Twitter. It was a challenge at first because I had no social proof. I mean, who trusts some random Twitter book to pay out, especially when players are required to deposit first. Also a tip, if you don't know a player, if they don't have a solid referral, do not issue them credit. Instead, require them to post up, which is depositing first, and incentivize those post-up players to do so with free play. My first player on Twitter, he finally took the risk. I earned his trust. He sent me $500, which was a lot of money at the time. I opened him up an account, and it was off to the races. And just like anything, if you stick to something, if you're honorable, you're trustworthy, you're pleasant to do business with, your business will grow. You'll gain social proof, and guys will talk, which is exactly what happened. And you need to get into the mindset where you enjoy paying your players. Your business will grow. You need to come from a place of abundance. The point finally came where it was time to go out on my own. And this is a natural progression of an agent to eventually become their own book. I had the bankroll, which I did a damn good job of saving. What amount is up to you, and it's based on your client's action. 15,000 was always a really safe number in my head. I wanted to, in my head, sustain like 4 to 6 weeks of losses, which is next to unheard of for the house, especially if you can mitigate risk, if you know how to, which I can show you to do. So I took my client list, and then I simply paid for PPH, which is pay per head, which is the software that the modern day bookmaker utilizes.